about nothing. Fuck all that shit. You know who got around with the whole squad of niggas? Yeah. You know who got around with the whole squad of niggas? Nobody on it. Man, this family. This ain't squad of niggas. This family. This family. This family. Yeah, this family. Come on. Come on, Dev. Let's go.
They like to travel with groupies. You know, I noticed that about Devin Haney, his training videos and everything that he does. He likes to he call them family, but there's no way in the world a whole bunch of men are his family. I just don't believe that. It's a whole bunch of guys that I'm gonna call them male groupies that just run around them and yell Depot and yeah, you the king, and yeah, you know, they yell a bunch of nonsense. So that's what it was. They got mad. My oldest son. This is my oldest son. Come on. This is my oldest son right here. This is my oldest son. Check out this shirt. Check out this shirt. Move your tag. This is my oldest son right here, DeAndre Norman. So he came up with a name for him. What's your new name for him?
Devin Hang It Up.
Devin Hang It Up Haney.
Yeah. Nightmare in Saudi Arabia. Freddy Krueger just arrived, baby.
Nightmare in Saudi Arabia. Devin Hang It Up Haney. They didn't like that. They didn't like that. He told them. Devin, what about the dream?
Oh yeah, the dream up with. They can hang the dream up.
Yeah.
Baby, Saudi Arabia.
Devin, let the dream go. Let the Devin dream go, Hammond. You know what I'm saying? So they got upset about that. You know what I'm saying? And I get they don't like our confidence. That's really the main thing. Cause I mean, we got to fight. We got to fight lined up. All the talking is done. I'm the one who's been out here carrying the whole thing. Bill Haney, I knocked him off the scene a long time ago. So I've been out here doing it. So now don't get out here now. You know, when you get around all of your guys and your male groupies and act like, oh, we about this action. No, you're not. You're not. So we beat him up. I beat Bill up in the media. My son beat Devin Haney up on social media, and now it's time to go to finish the job Saturday night.
If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that this fight between Brian Norman and Devin the Dream Haney was the actual main event of this upcoming stacked boxing card this weekend. And looking at what everybody's talking about, right? Everybody's talking about Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. These two guys essentially stole the spotlight from David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. Nobody really seems to care too much about the fight between Yarde and Benavidez. And if it was up to me, that fight would probably be the co-main event. And then I put Devin Haney and Brian Norman as the actual main event. Why? Because they actually fighting for a world championship. I'm not sure if Benavidez is trying his best to sell the fight, because I think he is trying to sell the fight, but it's just not really working. Not to mention Anthony Yarde is from over there. He don't necessarily have the biggest following here in the States. So it's not like everybody's talking about Anthony Yarde. But everybody is talking about Brian Norman Jr. and Devin the Dream Haney. And people got their questions about Devin going into this fight. Is he actually going to fight? Is he going to get in there on his bike?
Like I said before, Brian Norman going to have to be versatile. He's going to have a sense of versatility. He have to. A lot of times he's stalking a guy, you know, but he's slow. He got pop in both hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like he got grit, you know? He got courage. He's not a punk.
Yeah.
He's going to fight you. He's not going to just let you hit him. He gonna hit you 4, 5 hard shots.
Yeah.
If you do get off one shot, cool. He gonna try his best to deflect it or slip it. But I haven't really seen him work on his defense, like just go around, just slipping and stuff like that and moving, or just cutting the ring off the right way. Trapping this guy.
Yeah.
A lot of times he's in the middle of the ring and he caught a guy while they was trading.
It's a good breakdown.
You know what I mean? Devin Haney, he's damaged from after the Ryan Garcia fight. I feel like he said, man, I'm going to convert back to what I used to do. And that's get on my bicycle. I'm going to stick and move. But you can't be a boxer and ineffective. So if you're going to box, show something, like have some effective boxing skills.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be effective. You got to put these rounds in the bank. You just bouncing around, making a miss, bouncing around, making a miss. You go, it's one jab there, bounce around, make a miss. Bounce around, make a miss, shoot a 1-2, miss, move. The guy flinch at you, you back all the way up. It's another jab did. That's not effective boxing to me.
And Devin Haney knows that this is probably what people is thinking. Bill Haney knows this as well. This is what people is thinking. This is what people is saying. And this is they assume this is what the Haneys is going to do, right? Their game plan. They just can't. There's no way that Devin Haney's going to go up in there and throw blow for blow with storming Brian Norman. They just don't see it happening, right? And for Brian Norman, I think he done a phenomenal job in building this fight, because before I didn't think Brian Norman was a dude that really talked, right? He just seemed like a guy who just was really quiet, really reserved, just didn't really say much. But some of the stuff he's been saying shows us that he got the potential to be out there rocking the mic, right? I mean, Brian Norman Jr. just got all kinds of witty things he's been saying. Brian Norman Jr., I like a lot of the stuff that he's been saying, right? And this is one of those fights for me. Is like, man, I like both of these dudes. I'm gonna just sit back and just wait and see what happens, right? I'm just sit back and wait and see what happens. I'm a fan of both guys. I don't necessarily have a horse in the race. May the best man win, right? But a lot of people is assuming that Devin Haney just stands no chance, that Devin Haney is going to go up in there and get on his bike and run around for 12 rounds. Devin Haney absolutely cannot afford to do this. Because if Devin Haney wasn't already looked at in a negative light, he'll be looked at even more so if he gets in the ring and start running against Brian Norman Jr. It just won't be a good look, right? And it's also up to Brian Norman Jr. to stop this, right? He should have enough foot speed to at least keep up with Devin Haney to a degree, right? If that's the case. I'm not sure, man. I think most people, even myself included, I'm guilty of it as well, see this as a fight of game of cat and mouse almost. It's just hard to see it any other way. And I say this as a Haney fan, and I have a hard way of seeing this fight any other way than it being a cat and a mouse type affair, where Brian Norman's the cat and he's kind of just chasing Devin Haney around the ring, and Devin Haney doing a lot of moving around. And similar to what Gary Antoine Russell said, a lot of jab here, move, 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 jab here, move, 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 clinch, jab here, move, move. Nobody really wants to see that, bro, myself included. We just don't want to see that. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to employ such a game plan against a strong fighter like Brian Norman Jr., right? I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. I mean, this fight alone should have been the main event, if I'm honest with you guys. It just really should have. Just doing on my side of things, talking about it and stuff like that, more people are just way more interested in storming Brian Norman and Debo Devin Haney. That's just what people are interested in. They're not interested in Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. They just, it's okay. It's a fight that's there. I think most people probably assume that Benavidez is going to win that fight, right? Most people probably assume Benavidez is just going to outright win that fight. Anthony Yarde simply stands no chance. I think that's a great fight as well, honestly. But is it a better, bigger fight than Debo Haney and storming Brian Norman? I don't think so. Everybody's talking about the Haney Norman fight. I think these dudes did a good job of promoting the event, for what it's worth, right? I think they did a good job. Without the top rank machine, without the PDC machine, without any of these big machine entities, I think they're doing a good job of kind of promoting this fight. Brian Norman doing a great job as well. Now, will all this translate to the ring this Saturday? That's yet to be seen, because these guys still got to go out there and perform and put on the show now, right? But I still don't have a winner, right? I still don't necessarily know who's going to win. I'm still slightly leaning towards storming Brian Norman, but I'm not counting out Haney. I think Haney can win that fight. But if you absolutely made me pick, I'll probably lean towards Brian, just because he has the equalizer, right? He has the power. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, he's not necessarily a slow, plodding guy with no skills either. So he actually has some skills, and he actually got some power and some speed and everything. So he just don't have the experience that Devin Haney has. So we're going to see if the experience will play a significant factor in this fight, in the outcome, right? We're going to see, because I don't see many advantages Devin Haney has outside of experience going into this fight. So we're going to see how that plays out. But as far as David Benavidez, Anthony Yarde, I think that's also a close fight. I think people kind of slightly underestimating Anthony Yarde, but I do see where people are coming from that's maybe leaning heavily towards Benavidez. I mean, Benavidez has been doing his thing, but Anthony Yarde, he's a bigger, stronger dude. He's probably the biggest, strongest dude that Benavidez has fought thus far. A lot of dudes that Benavidez fought has been smaller guys, 68-pounders, et cetera, et cetera. You know, the couple of guys that he fought at 75, They wasn't top of the echelon guys. And then, of course, he fought his rival, and David Morrell, who was also a former 168-pounder, who he himself didn't look as strong at 175 as well. So we're going to see if David Benavidez could show up against Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde is battle-tested at the weight class, for what it's worth. He's a strong fighter, pretty good skills. It's going to be interesting to see if David Benavidez could take one of those big shots from Anthony Yarde, because Anthony Yarde, if anything, he can punch. But yeah, man, I think Devin Haney and Brian Norman stole the spotlight from this fight. I think that fight should honestly be the main event of this thing. Maybe the handlers, prior to them putting this all together, probably felt that the David Benavidez, Anthony Yarde would gather more attention. But come to find out, it's Debo Haney and Stormin Brian Norman that's moving the needle. Which fight is the bigger fight to you? David Benavidez, Anthony Yarde, or Debo Devin Haney and Stormin Brian Norman? Also, who do you got winning these fights? Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.
I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna box when I want to box. I'm gonna do what I want on November 22nd, and he's not gonna be able to stop it. I could tell him what I'm gonna do, and he's not gonna be able to stop it.